Attention, gentlemen. Our source on the island just made a critical discovery. The Constant has a poison chip embedded in his neck. A failsafe, in case he's compromised.
Damn it. We should have expected something like this. So, we subdue the Constant before he has time to react.
Not that simple. The device is remote triggered, and during his stay on the island, 2 kill switches have been entrusted to twin sisters Zoe and Sophia Washington, 2 young, ambitious Providence operatives and newly appointed chairwomen of the Ark Society. Apparently, even the Constant is unaware of this arrangement.
Right, change of plans. We divide and conquer. 47 takes out the Washingtons, while I figure out a way to get the Constant off the island. It'll be tight, but once we're back at the ship, we should be able to surgically remove the chip before the partners have time to react. 47?
Tell me about the targets.
I know them from the archive. Zoe and Sophia's father is president of a powerful conservative think tank, one of Providence's prime assets. The apples don't fall far from the tree.
No saints either. According to ICA files, the twins are pampered socialites who get their kicks from treasure hunting. Commanding a band of trigger-happy mercenaries, Zoe and Sophia prowl the world in search for ancient relics. With little regard for local culture or even human life, they stop at nothing to claim their prize. Well, collateral damage they may be, but safe to say, they have it coming.
Duel starts.
Okay,
in
I
10
can confirm that Pigiero
9,
has sound on the spin page because we can
7,
hear the countdown
6,
tick in. And here we
5,
go with the first Isle of Sgàil spin
3,
of this match.
2,
It's gonna be Zoe Washington,
1.
Cypress X as a chef,
Eliminate
and
the
Sophia
target.
Washington, Scalpel as an entertainer.
Hopefully. I mean, hopefully that's the spin. David is... It's funny that David has the same screen for a long time.
So the stream didn't freeze.
Yeah, Pigiero still starts Custodian and brings up his hidden stash, not hidden pickup. Just strength gun. Looks very prepared, and I think that was the his strategy for the last spin as well. Not starting suit, but still clearing out the ammo serum quickly. 2 nice shots.
Okay.
Actually, no chaos there. Now the chaos starts.
Well, yeah, he just wanted, I guess, to get the the lure on the road as quick as possible.
Yeah, probably that's it. David starts Architect and gets a nice coin trail on Sophia.
We'll just pull her to this little side room where she should be safe and never get found, as far as I know. And it's also at least somewhat accessible from the outside in trespassing disguises, so shouldn't be too much trouble for him getting there again later.
Yeah, Entertainer, well, the free one is a bit far away, which is kind of the usual disguise that people get in these spins, but there are Entertainers above Sophia's floor. At least one blind musician, well, blindfolded musician.
Indeed. Pigiero just isolated Zoe Washington in that. The MOC room again. Don't think that's due to him still running another spin, but just standard procedure at this point. Easy to get to. Just has to get the Sapper's X there, and obviously a chef disguise. Maybe might just pick up the Sapper's X now that he has a guard's disguise, so that might be legal to carry for him right now.
So I think this is the most confusing couple of X's for me. One of the Sapper's X and the Viking's X is in the penthouse, and the other one is next to the Entertainer. And I can still only guess.
I think Vikings next to the Entertainer, but I'm not sure either.
Yeah, buff guys comment lines up with that. So top of the map for the Sapper's X, which means quite a lot of elite guard action. I think that can't be avoided, and there's no other disguise you would want to get there.
Let's see. his plan is. Pigiero again medicing Sophia Washington, which is exactly what he did last time as well, or last spin, I suppose. Just to get her isolated. Last time it didn't work out for him entirely. He got her spotted when opening the door again, but let's hope that this time that's not the case for him.
Yeah, close calls for David as well. 2 long whooshes while he was trespassing in the staff area as architect. With a powerful disguise, but not a staff member, so can't really go outside of public places. But now he has the entertainer. He has a scalpel from the morgue, which he shouldn't, shouldn't carry because it's an illegal item. I think you can't go through there, yeah. Which means it's the long way around for him. He doesn't want to risk the gate, which is, I think, closed as well. So it is through the initiate area. And I guess up to the floor of Sophia. PG is getting the emetic isolation on Sophia in the bathroom usually used for Zoe. It's always, I guess it's still a bit interesting to see.
Oh, Pigiero might have a bit of an issue here now. There is a KO'd body for him in that room. And yeah, he's trying to save it because that custodian is trying to walk through here.
She's going to end up in here, but I wonder what's her cycle, if she has any. Very nice clutch.
And it looks like he's fine. In the meantime, David now climbing up the pipe on the outside again to get near Sophia again. And yeah, probably get that first kill because he's in their entertainer disguise, has the scalpel.
Yeah, only the scalpel for Pigiero gets the isolation on Sophia, very last second though, because of this custodian issues, I guess. And he's dragging her to this corner. Oh, and now the raider is found, unfortunate.
Indeed,
so the lady does get there eventually.
Exactly, the lady goes there on her cycle. And that's a restart for Pigiero.
So for David, of course the Sapper's axe hasn't been touched. Chef Disguise isn't nearby, but I think with the transport disguise, I guess, David is looking to get upwards now.
I would assume so. Yeah, changed into an elite guard is indeed going up. Assume he either knows it or just looked it up on hit maps where the location of that axe is, and I think there is no other reason really to be up here. So other than the axe.
In this spin, definitely not. I would say the broadsword can be acquired up here, but it is also interestingly a loadout item.
At this point, yes. Because that came with Mendoza, didn't it? Wasn't always like that.
I don't actually know.
Thought it
Interesting
wasn't.
if that's the case. Nice.
Anyways.
David's advantage is now 5.5 minutes after a restart by Pigiero in the MOC room. The isolation didn't work out for the second time.
It comes with Sgàil. Alright then. That was just my memory bad or something. Anyways. Yeah, David with the big time advantage here now has to run all this way down again. Get to the bottom floor. Or not entirely the bottom floor. Not sure if he has Zoe isolate just yet, but he can still just go for MOC lure at any point in time. So I would suspect actually that he does that soonish now. But let's see.
Yeah, it's looking like MOC for David. Wasn't really sure because I I guess we've seen Pigiero isolate her in Zoe's bathroom, which is always going to trip me up. But David will now do the same MOC isolation with Jenks, and he has 2 actually, and uses it on the guard after the custodian. Don't think it really matters. 1, 2, the number of darts just make it easier, and a couple of bodies to be dragged, and it's very straightforward Isle of Sgàil from here for David.
Indeed, I guess the hardest part about this is going to be acquiring the chef disguise, which I currently can. Don't know how hard that actually is, but it's basically the only piece missing of the spin.
Yeah, I would say unless every second counts, which David might feel that way, so we might see a faster approach, but if you just turn on the ice machine near the chef start, then that would be your most straightforward disguise to get. But David is thinking about his way downwards. Couple of doors around here, all locked, however, and with a crowbar it can always be tricky if you are going to get seen or not, but he's going to go the safe way. I think this way there are no locked doors to get to the kitchen, and he can just turn on the ice machine or do the equivalent.
Probably, yeah. And yeah, he chose his elite guard to bring it down here with him, so I assume he's just gonna go back to the MOC room and then, yeah, basically use this as a proxy disguise, just to have later the chef disguise in the MOC room, and once he started the lure, can get the kill in there, because the Sapper's Axe is already there.
It's not a body you have to hide in my experience, but losing 2 seconds in an 8-minute spin is not the end of the world. So David now has the disguise. 1 enforcer in this room. He's going to go up the way he came from. And I think... Oh, I might be guessing this one wrong. The chef is a powerful disguise upstairs, but I don't think he's allowed on the helipad.
That is very possible. I just want to mention as well that he might have some time, like a bit of a hard time with the trespassing areas getting back to the MOC room. Not 100% sure on that, but
it's a hard call with the middling disguises, of course, Raider. Oh, Pigiero just getting ready this one. Was that long servers or was that Colmert guard? I think it was Colmert guard, which after that the custodian turned around right when it was time to throw a wrench into her.
I think that's what was happening there, and we can see he's switching up his strategy now. Starting, by the looks of it, starting Architect's Lounge, and probably isolating Sophia there straight at the start.
Yeah, I don't think there was anything wrong with the 2 quick isolations. The one thing I'm not quite sure about is getting rid of that Raider. Did things change lately? Because how I did it when isolating targets in that bathroom is you drag Zoe, of course you can't hide her always, you drag her next to the container or the box, and then you can exit that bathroom, and no one should go in there, and the Raider is just blind or doesn't see beyond the box. So I'm curious about that choice.
I think what happened here is during his quote-unquote practice spin earlier, Pigiero ripped to, well, that Raider right there seeing Sophia's body as he re-entered the bathroom. So he might just wanted to, like, take it extra safe and remove that Raider, but has not worked out several times for him now, so he might just think about switching it up entirely.
Yeah, it's unfortunate when sometimes going safe is a cause for other different trips, and I think it was the story of this spin as David gets the second KO. Zoe is now down, this guy is here, as well as the Sapper's Axe, and with an elite guard in here, we don't have to worry about the chef's trespassing properties. David will get this first map 26 minutes after we're supposed to start, 13 after they got the actual spin. But we got the show going. David leads.
Indeed, after an interesting scale, definitely, davidredsox takes the lead 2-0. However, first to 6, nothing done quite yet.
You were losing. Assert yourself.
And yeah, up next we will have Mendoza. Let's catch a short little break. Have a look at the mission briefing for Mendoza.
I found something. Buenos Aires International Airport this morning. Now watch this.
Heralds.
Trail ends at the airport, but turns out that a top Providence operative owns a vineyard in the area. Don Yates, of infamous New York law firm Morgan, Yates & Cohn. And get this, is hosting his retirement party today.
She's infiltrated them. She's sending a message. She needs my help.
Could have fooled me.
You don't know her.
Anyway, if you're going after her, you'll need to deal with the Herald. Her name's Tamara Vidal, former CIA asset and political firebrand. She's a master of surveillance and the Constant's most trusted aide. She'll have eyes everywhere. You won't get far as long as she's in the game.
Why are you telling me this? I thought you were out.
Yeah. Old habits, I guess. Anyway, I need to go. See you around, 47.
No, you won't.
And we are back for the second map of davidredsox versus Pigiero RR7 PC lower bracket round 5 match. And we are heading to Mendoza after David won the first map, which was Isle of Sgàil, picked by himself. It's now time for Pigiero's map choice, which is Mendoza. Still joining me on the Shoutcast is In4Fun. Welcome.
Hello, hello. At last, Mendoza. And once again, it wasn't a tricky spin or lots of rips, it was just... The tech fails us sometimes, but it doesn't mean that Mr. Mike, who's of course working so hard for this to happen, to make it live, doesn't mean that we don't appreciate it a lot. Because yeah, without him, we wouldn't have these links, these automated stuff.
Anything really.
Basically, yeah, we would be writing on papers or the equivalent in Discord chat. So.
Indeed. But yeah, even the best tech can fail sometimes. But we are on the road. We got through our first map, and next one will come up in just 1 minute. It's going to be Mendoza, the final actual map of Hitman 3. Yeah, looking at the statistics, they quite clearly, speak in the favor of Pigiero here, do they?
It is clear from this that PG picked this map with his very strong Mendoza rating, and David's 3-5, it's nothing horrible, and I would think that PG had to take a close look at the maps and find any map basically where David has a lower than 50% rate, but PG is a big fan of Mendoza, a big fan of Season 3, so understandable choice, and we will see if he can catch up or David takes a 4-0 lead.
Indeed, but even after that, it won't be over. First to 6 means we will get at least one more map after this. So yeah, let's see Pigiero again.
Duel starts in 10 seconds.
Preparing
9,
just a bit,
8,
last minute practice.
7, 6,
and the spin
4,
is here. Do you want to go ahead and run it down for us?
2,
Sure.
1.
Dan Yates, pistol as Chief
Eliminate
Winemaker,
target.
and Tamara Vidal, hatchet as Providence Herald. A Herald spin, as others like to call it. unique disguise and virtually unique disguise, because I haven't seen other heralds get than the one next to waiter start, which would mean that tasting room is a good option to start, but the chief winemaker makes it so much trickier, and David is looking at vineyard. I think it's called freezing dawn. If you start with the phone call, you trigger that winemaker talking to Yates, then you can approach her no matter how far the disguise is. I guess we'll see.
Indeed. But also, approaching chief winemaker gets Tamara and Diana on her move down there, does it?
Yeah, very good call. Mendoza has very interesting triggers, which roulette-wise changes the map more than most maps. And David starts with snail strategy. I think he wanted to sedate both the winemaker and the vineyard worker. There are still 2 gauchos to take care of, so I was curious how the bullet distractions would work there. That's 1. 2, and I think the worker on the left is the 3rd one.
Exactly, by the looks of it. But yeah, first snipe didn't hit both of them. Looks like now it did, however, so it's going to be a quick disguise steal from him. In the meantime, Pigiero started tasting room as a waiter. Isolated Tamara in the little flower pot from what I saw, and is now looking at Yates to just get both targets. And get both targets KO'd as quick as possible, basically.
Yeah, Tamara's already down, and 1 minute 25 seconds in, both targets are KO'd. Of course, disguises are nowhere. David, on the other hand, has the tougher disguise, or the one that takes longer. On the other hand, no targets taken care of just yet.
And this is interesting from Pigiero. I think what you might see later on is going to be a snipe for Don Yates, because Pigiero placed him on, or is placing him on this roof. So you might just try to snipe it from somewhere, which would be kind of interesting.
He will, and I think that's all you need. An angle on the head, then it's just 1 bullet from afar. From near Tamara, I would imagine. Pidgey likes his snipes. And
Definitely does.
nice guard up here. Oh, that was a thrown distraction. The Sapper's X makes a return in Mendoza.
Indeed.
Now he gets the disguise, and and I think it's first a run to the garden for the hatchet, and then to the Herald and Tamara, who are, of course, nearby.
Indeed, and on the other side, David Red Sox made his way up to the mansion as well and just eliminated Don Yates already, because he's right there in the chief winemaker disguise. Got his pistol elimination, but seems like he's reconsidering something here. And he is, in fact, replanning.
Admin now has to check the VOD. Of course, not have to, but as a caster, I'm curious if something went wrong with the kill, but it looked like pistol as chief winemaker.
So. It was definitely pistol as chief winemaker. That's I can confirm that, but it's just something else apparently that he wasn't happy with, and that now gives Pigiero a big lead. He just picked up the hatchet, and I suppose is gonna run towards Tamara, that Providence Herald, and that first kill.
Yeah, I don't see the reason for the replan, which I don't like being confused during matches, because of course
Indeed.
we want to know what the players are thinking, and not the case with David so far. And he had such a nice start of the spin. Every part could be talked about for a bit. The quick disguise grab, the agency pickup on the way, which is usually a bit tougher. And I think that, yeah, so as we started the spin with the winemaker.
Okay.
No, I guess it's not true. Sorry for rambling, but Emetic is always important for tomorrow, but I thought that there was a way to to salvage it, but no, not really, actually. So that's what he realized, and thank you, Eli, for catching that.
Indeed. So yeah, so now he has a medic in a briefcase. You can use that later to get Tamara. In the meantime, Pigiero already has the kill done on Tamara just now. Hatchet as Providence Herald, and will make his way to obtain the Chief Winemaker, and probably, I'm not sure if he can snipe it from down there, but possibly even exfiltrate in the wine fields.
Great question. I would ask Pigiero because he's the big sniper, but he's just so much far down below. I would think you have to go back to Tamara at least.
Yeah, I don't think I wouldn't say that's impossible, but I think it is highly unlikely that he can snipe him from down here. Especially with like not the most accurate pistols. Like he doesn't have a silver ball or anything.
Yeah, at least it's silenced, so you can have as many shots as you want. But tricky situation for him coming up. There's 3 MPs in here, only one of them right disguised, and no one heard, or everyone heard but the winemaker. That's not how sound works.
Maybe that's quote unquote planned though. Let's see. First rank, second rank, just ranking everyone.
This is so much going on. If no one's around to see these bodies, then it's fine. I think PG will just try to hide this as quick as possible, at least. Oh, that's eliminate.
Interesting that is a dump eliminate prompt. But with dragging this body out of the way, he should be fine, I think. 3 tranked bodies, which can be found. Maybe if they get found, it creates a bit of a panic that would result in this body back here getting found.
He likes this box. Yeah, he doesn't want to. And once again, trying to go safe is now bringing this extra risk of dragging the body into this row of vines or grapes. But he got away with that, and nothing can rip him from this part of the map.
Indeed, he is going up for the snipe. I guess he also needs a bit of cover to do it, so I assume one of the flower pots or something is going to serve for him there, or maybe the side area. I don't know exactly, but I guess we'll find out in just a few seconds. davidredsox, however, also got his kill on Yates pretty quickly again, and currently obtained the Providence Herald disguise. Not sure if he has a hatchet yet or not, but he definitely has Tamara isolated, I think. Or does he? Does he have Tamara isolated yet or not? I don't actually see it right now. I thought he already had.
Tamara went down
yes.
to check out the tour. So there would be an emetic there. And then to get a hatchet from... Yeah, the garden is my go-to spot still, not the vineyard. I don't think there's anything there. So it would be still a couple minutes from David. Might beat Pigero's in-game time, but of course it's a real-time tournament. Pigero's 8 minutes, 15-second run will earn him the tie.
Indeed. Took a couple of shots for him to finally hit Don Yates, but his magazine was big enough. Finally hit that shot. We can now enjoy the wonderful tangoing 47 with Diana. And,
now, we strike at the heart.
Should give Pigiero his 2 points afterwards.
Why Edwards finds you 47.
What is the guideline on Tango? Do I have to wait out the 45
technically, I think you're supposed to see the 5-star as A screen to confirm that the run is valid.
Meet me at the Olive Grove at sunset. One last tango.
I mean, at this point, it's almost done anyways, so
Yeah.
I guess doesn't hurt waiting anyways. But yeah, I think waiting for 5-star is appreciated. There it is, 5-star. Quickly skip that, but you could see it for a second there, and that is GG indeed.
Score 2. All even. Move carefully.
Pigiero will tie it up in his map pick, Mendoza, and we will be going to Dubai next. The first of the Hitman 3 missions and our first random map. And definitely won't be our last, because none of the players can get to the 6 points during this. Very well played from both. And yeah, let's catch a short break and look at the mission briefing for Dubai.
47. It's time.
Partners are down there. You know, I never planned this far ahead.
You never do.
I see someone got his memory back. Wait, is that a beacon? What the hell? Base. Alexa Carlisle's helicopter just took off. Confirm target locations, over.
Diana, what's the status?
Right. We have a situation. Carlisle has left the building. And I think I know why. The Constant has escaped. He persuaded one of the sailors into setting him free. And since then, he's been seizing control of Providence assets and resources. I can only assume Carlisle is rushing to contain the damage.
If she slips away again...
We'll keep track of her. Make sure she doesn't. Meanwhile, the plan stays the same. Your destination is the Scepter, the world's tallest building where the partners are laying low, courtesy of their host, Sheikh Omar Al-Ghazali. Marcus Stuyvesant is fifth-generation old money. His family made its fortune in real estate and banking, and were at one point the chief landowners in New York. Carl Ingram is a powerful Washington kingmaker whose family grew rich selling gunpowder during the American Civil War, and later established a globe-spanning empire in oil, coal, and steel. Both families long since retreated from public view, but their quiet dominance endures to this day. Now, the partners likely suspect that we're coming, so Mr. Gray will infiltrate building controls and disable all electronic doors and elevators. Stuyvesant and Ingram are about to find they have nowhere left to run.
Right. This is our moment, 47. Providence ruined our lives with the flick of a pen. Today, we return the favor. Happy hunting.
And here we are again for the third map of the David Red Sox versus Pigiero RR7 PC lower bracket round 5 match. We are headed on to map 3, which is Dubai, and I'm still joined for that by In4Fun.
Hello. First to 6 became first to 4 more, so it's a bit shorter match this time, all even, and 7 seconds until you can read out map number 3's spin.
5, 4,
Indeed.
3.
It is gonna be Carl Ingram with
1.
scissors in the skydiving suit,
Eliminate the
Marcus
target.
Stuyvesant's screwdriver as event staff, melee kill with skydiving suit. That's always interesting. While not, guess the hardest, I would say, for these roulette veterans. I mean, it's something they might have to think twice about.
Yeah,
but
skydiving.
Yeah. Sorry, Pigiero just seems to go straight in with a plan here.
Yeah, he's looking for a double ISO from Art Crew start. He likes this way up instead of, for example, taking the other stairs, but that's at least a peekaboo and it might cost him time. Quickest 2-target mission, roulette-wise at least, so every restart can be costly, using 2 chunks on the personal bodyguards. And then the penthouse. And the other penthouse that he misses. Is this going to be another fast situation? No, it can't.
Sadly, the remote medic tool doesn't fly fast enough. and rips him in the end. The other side, David Red Sox started in the event staff disguise, one of the required ones, and is clearing out the hallway where Marcus Stuyvesant walks through at the start. And I guess after that, head on and isolate Colin. Although you might just do that right now.
Eli has eagle eyes today. Does David actually have the elevators closed? I heard someone complain about it earlier today. Something might be resetting in these player profiles.
Would be kind of interesting.
I guess we have an angle right here after the soft lockdown.
Oh, indeed. That elevator is closed. When another rip from Pigiero. Again, that guard became an unconscious witness. And David Red Sox restarting as well. Missed the Marcus Stuyvesant timing. Both basically back on equal footing. However, none of them know that actually. And Pigiero,
I wonder if David knows about his exit, sorry.
True, that as well. Pigiero also replanned to now start event staff as well. So the art crew started not working out twice for him. Let's go in this again.
So David is obviously looking for the double ISO from event staff. So I'm personally not quick enough for that. For me, it's a similar alternative decision to if Marcus is event staff, I just stay down there. And, I think the time is running short. I would think that David just gets the kill here and then gets Ingram. The double was just a bit too tight. And costing him a restart. He's right next to a closed door and he's pausing. And this might be the moment he realizes, but what can an admin do here? Play out the map? Like, there's really nothing we can do.
Yeah, sadly not. That's just Hitman being Hitman. Yeah, by the looks of it, both players will just go for isolating Marcus first here.
Yeah, unless it's a loud kill on the head for Pigiero, nothing will be wrong.
Ooh.
And if David uses the wrong item,
Let's move on to Carl Ingram.
Unlucky. I think he used the scissors instead of a screwdriver, because I can't remember him
Correct.
picking up the screwdriver at that point already, so it must have been the scissors, and he realized that immediately, restarting, which now gives the advantage to Pigiero right now.
yeah, David can prepare so nice for this first kill. I just used the wrong item, and scissors, screwdriver, very similar, and PG gets hunted now. That was one of the personal guards seeing the KO. This is getting one of the crazy Dubais, and yeah, David, thank you for, we're with you because I don't know what else to do. Whereas would he exit? I mean, knowing that, he won't panic and we'll go for a bag of skydiving suit to exit outside of the art backstage gallery. I would think that loses him 15 seconds.
Hey, I'm sorry, mister. You can't just...
True. Yeah.
But you can't mess with the panels just for this one. It's too much time loss.
Nah. It's true. So yeah, let's see.
They're hiding the event security different places. Sorry, just noticed
Okay,
that.
yeah, that's
They're hiding behind that first door. But nobody being found. He has time to get the screwdriver. Marcus being late when you start event stuff and stick around too close to to this area, then it takes longer. Nice hide. That guard, oh my god. Like,
Yeah,
how
the
would
head
you-
turn would have almost just cost Pigiero there.
You got
Yeah.
him, 47.
The kill was fine, but after thinking so much about his next move, David just runs into the
We're not done yet.
penthouse guard who just turned around. So much is happening, and it's been 6 minutes since we started.
This is always also interesting. Pigiero is not going to isolate Carl Ingram right now? He's actually going down to the entrance to grab a skydiving suit.
Almost gets ripped in the process. Thankfully for him, that almost full whoosh didn't turn into a peekaboo, because he's not trespassing as Event stabbed that. The lady was just an enforcer. One bullet distraction and gets him compromised.
The two NPCs to start there. One of them sadly got his whoosh full, which means another restart for Pigiero.
This is such an incredible back and forth. And in Dubai, you do feel that the person with the 45-second lead, it's only his map to lose, but we've seen so many restarts so far.
Indeed. Dubai technically being one of the quickest maps, if not the quickest map. I guess the quickest two-target mission map, but yeah, the spin seems to be giving them a bit of trouble.
At least the first kill now is quite optimized. There's not much you can reap there. Pigiero is going for the screwdriver a bit further away from the start and from Marcus, and it's costing him a bit of time, and the cycles are a bit over the place. Now wants to lure that event security away, so it's 1, 2, 3 chaos. Being, I guess, one in front of the other, but target lockdown. The guard still has a question mark. Marcus leaves, but the wrong lock on. That's another restart. And David's confused about his red guns. I would be as well without picture-in-picture.
He's still gonna pull through with it, though.
It's, yeah, there's nothing unconventional with the ISO. So I get that he's confused, because I wouldn't really be sure if that was Carl. I think it's just a body found. Were there chunks going on in this spin? Or on these people? Of course, animation can take longer. David's just going to try his luck. See if he can infiltrate with the skydiving suit.
Oh, but he doesn't have the elevator shaft back there to get up, does he? Because usually what you do with the
Gotta be kidding me.
yeah, the skydiving suit is you go to the right into that little, I don't know what it even is, starting location area, but his elevators are closed, so that will actually cause him like a lot of trouble here. And if you
go in here and he can't enter, what do you do here? What do you actually do from a tournament perspective either? Like, what could David do in this situation? Yeah. Are people supposed to check the exits before a map now? Oh my god. Or is it an admin discretion to give him equal opportunity and let players get back to the point they obviously got to with mastery and map exploration? It's a really hard call, and I'm just a roulette admin, you know?
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I'm wondering what David is. Yeah, he's definitely realized about the closed elevators now. He's thinking about them.
And I guess I was wrong before when I just said the only issue for David would be to get a not so close exit with 15 or so seconds of detour. Now it feels like the panel will actually have to be tempered with. You do need these elevator doors.
Indeed. Was I think one of the big factors when it was discussed whether skydiving suits should be made legal or not. Yeah, one of the big factors was, well, you can just use that elevator shaft to get pretty deep or pretty far up into the tower. So.
You can if the game cooperates.
Yeah. That being gone now. Screws with David. The other side, Pigiero has successfully made that happen now. Got a skydiving suit, is climbing up. However, I see Carl on the move for him.
Pigiero has about a minute until the latest time Carl starts to move, but I think Carl is in front. I think the moment Pigiero got down, Carl started to move away from the balcony. So of course it was a decision by him, maybe even a conscious one. Is he more comfortable getting Carl in the penthouse? I thought that this would be just the perfect end to the map. Carl laying right here.
Probably, but by the looks of it, he might have something planned.
Because I don't want to just say that he forgot, because I trust Pigiero's Dubai more than mine. But this is, to me, it looks like it's making the map harder. And David, never seen in Roulette before, just doing the whole mission story, and with the alarms, guards should come this way and should find all those bodies.
Yes,
oh my goodness, David.
Body spotted. David currently doesn't know about the he seems to not know about the exact steps for the mission story here.
So there are two ways to do, and if I remember correctly, the other being oh my god, that both are doing the key cards. What is this spin? So I guess the intended is the one that brings in the guards after failing to tamper with the Rex, I guess, or there is one first interact which causes the guards to arrive. But also the maintenance staff, which we saw Pigiero KO a bit earlier, carries the correct key card which doesn't bring any alarms, and that's what Pigiero did.
Indeed, and Pigiero is also using the mission story to get Carl and Marcus moving.
Right, because what Pigiero needs now is an isolation Ingram, and well, he can't get the safe room locked, but he can get the remaining target up to the meeting, and I don't even think David got the interact. I don't think the guards came in actually.
I think they came in at some point, but it was very delayed because of the because of the bodies getting found.
Yeah, but David didn't go for or still couldn't open these doors, and this is causing him so much extra time. I think at this point he's just going straight for that while trying to keep green guns, not caring about the targets. This is obviously costing him cycles. If you don't get the keycard, it will always be a lockdown first. Pigiero with a peekaboo and a KO on Ingram. Break to green guns, and this might be the end finally, unless the personal bodyguards come quickly enough, but I don't think they should.
It's
A good question. Pigiero just leaving Carl in that hallway there, however, is sprinting towards an exit as fast as he can. Elevators luckily open for him, so that will be his exit of choice. Pigiero has finished and will lead the series 4-2 going into map 4.
I guess this is now the second incredible Dubai, but
Victory.
this will be maybe topped by our main caster's favorite.
Indeed, I'm kind of happy to see that one coming up. Next map is going to be Haven Island in a couple of minutes. Let's just, sit back, relax, and learn all about the Haven Island and cooperation, whatever. And most importantly, watch the briefing for Haven Island.
So, this is paradise.
If you can afford.
Gentlemen, glad to hear you made it out of New York. Where are we?
Olivia decrypted the data 47 recovered from the bank. We isolated 3 transactions from Providence partner accounts, all made out to Haven, a small corporation operating out of the Maldives.
What does Haven do?
To the public, they specialize in reputation management for the rich and famous. The real money, however, comes from the covert reconstruction of identities for wealthy criminals. They make people disappear.
The partners are using Haven to acquire new identities.
Yes. Olivia's been attempting to hack the Haven servers, but the owners of Haven are manually resetting the access keys every 10 hours. That, unfortunately, makes them targets.
Haven Island is a true tropical paradise. Owned by the company's founder, Tyson Williams, the island is used by Haven as a combined headquarters and client entertainment center. Current and potential clients are ferried to the island and treated to the very best the Maldives have to offer. Michelin star chefs, a full massage spa, private huts, exercise facilities, and all the comforts of a luxury island resort are made available to them. 47. We'll be sending you in as a potential new client. We've put together a convincing cover story. You're Mr. Reaper, a thief for hire looking to disappear for a while. Your mission on the island is simple. You need to eliminate the 3 owners of Haven. Tyson Williams, founder and rumored tyrannical CEO of Haven. Ludmila Vetrova, a former confidence artist hired by Williams to serve as a client recruiter and handler. And Stephen Bradley, technical wizard and the brains behind Haven's proprietary software platform.
With the owners gone, Olivia will be able to penetrate the Haven servers long enough for her to secure the new partner identities.
I've uploaded all the information we have on the island and the 3 targets. Best of luck, gentlemen.
I don't rely on luck.
Well, a little wouldn't hurt.
And here we are again for the 4th map, the davidredsox versus Pigiero, RR7 PC lower bracket round 5 match. We are going to Haven Island for our 2nd random map. I'm still joined for this by In4Fun.
Hello, I'm just wondering now what else can this game throw at us or at the players.
Indeed. Yeah, but next thing that will be thrown at them definitely is gonna be the Haven Island spin. Just under 30 seconds now. Match point for Pigiero, if he can get this done now. He will win this match 62. If David can tie it up, we'll have a 4-4 tie going into yet another random map.
Agent, get ready. Duel starts in 10
Before
seconds.
these disappear, very similar lifetime performance from both players.
7,
Ties in
6,
there and more
5,
losses than wins. But David needs a win here
2,
if he
1.
wants to stay alive in the
Eliminate
tournament.
the target.
The spin is here. Tyson Williams, silenced pistol as personal trainer. Stephen Bradley, loud explosive weapon as the bodyguard. Ludmila Vetrova, kitchen knife as resort staff.
Interesting, interesting. Loud explosive, silenced pistol, and a melee weapon. Plus a trespassing disguise in the mansion for Tyson.
Yeah, and dilemma, I guess, if you want to start a villa for a quick Tyson isolation, or if you want to start personal trainer, because it is a tough disguise to get. Without any matic, I guess.
Indeed. Pigiero, however, deciding to start in the mansion. Villa get the early Tyson isolation in the cinema. And I guess the nice part is also that you can just shoot through the cinema screen. So no need to destroy it or anything, and you can just climb up on the outside and yeah, shoot Tyson. And I'm not sure, you might even be able to snipe him from somewhere else. However, I guess there's a door in the way, so I wouldn't trust that.
Everything is made out of paper, but those papers you can't shoot through apparently in this game, so I think it's just a cinema screenshot. We've seen lately that players would drag disguises or bodies next to the screen, which Pidgey does right now. I guess just to be able to open that door so you can exit without someone seeing into that room, and Pidgey will now get the necessary equipment for the rest of the spin, which is quite funny that both the silence pistol and the loud explosive weapon are conditions, two very important items that you can get in this room without having to bring it in.
Did bring in a silenced pistol though, and also what's interesting, I think, it looks like davidredsox is preparing the Tyson Peekaboo outside.
Might be the second Haven spin of the day, but for sure the second Tyson Peekaboo for the day. And I guess once you get down the timing, which would be in the around the 145 mark, we can see Tyson sitting there, and after he stands up and leaves the room, he'll be looking right at David. We'll get him here with a peekaboo, of course. And we'll get that first kill down after a bit more setup, because he has the right disguise.
And that might have been enough. Yes, by the look of things, Tyson is walking.
Ooh. Pidgey went shopping for items, but he got the banana, the soda can, and he had to go for the kitchen knife that just wasn't gonna be picked up. Now he has everything, and I think it's time for the Seekers. Wonder if Steven will be remote at the exit. He has the disguise, but of course that will cause some havoc, and as others mentioned, have caused non-target kills even in that bathroom. That famous bathroom Steven is always isolated in.
I guess we will see about that. But for now, however, looks like Pigiero will start with the Stephen Bradley isolation. Just waiting next to the shed of the water activities center, I think it's actually called.
I believe you.
And yes, triggered their dialogue, but is going to interrupt it now. Bullet distracting. And securing him inside there. Nicely done.
It's a very nice angle. And saves him some very valuable time, because otherwise it would be around the 4-minute mark when you can have an angle on him. So he is setting up the Steven kill. David is very close to the Tyson kill, however. One more KO on the bodyguard, future disguise, and silence pistol shot. David is the first kill. David has the first kill in Haven.
Indeed, and Tyson Williams eliminated means there is no real reason for David now to go back to the mansion, really. He has the bodyguard disguise, the only disguise that's around there that he needs. He could go for cameras or something, but as of right now, no. Pigiero decides to explode Steven right here and box him immediately. Place that explosive quite far away. Ooh, gets whooshed by this guard.
Haven viewpoints.
Yeah.
Those are hard.
But looks like it worked out for him. And he also picks up his first kill.
And of course he needs a personal trainer later down the line. I'm just imagining that he'll wait with that Seeker shot, which I imagine will be a Seeker shot. Or some risky hiding him in that little middle room in the gym. but at least things will calm down by then. Pigiero using a coin there, came a bit earlier than usual. Makes Ludmila stop there.
And I also think, actually, yeah, Pidgey's not going to use a Seeker on the personal trainer, but rather an Emetic tool. I think he still has packed.
Ah, right. Well, yeah.
It's going to get used to that. Same effect, but...
I didn't see that in the inventory just yet, but...
maybe I also...
So many items, so
that.
tiny.
Yeah. Could also be wrong about that. But...
Oh,
we'll figure out, and that is...
That is
Unconscious
orange.
Witness. Hat turn, resulting in a side KO. And that is 6 minutes of progress gone for Pigiero, and David takes the lead.
that is huge for this spin. David has decided to not detonate the live explosive just yet. We'll wait until exit, and it's not a huge difference. Unless there's a non-target kill, which I guess is now a possibility in Haven. It's not a huge back and forth because he will set up this disguise below the restaurant, unless I thought he would, but he wants to get rid of hand washer guy and just set up the disguises, or Ludmila and the guard first.
Oh, so the resort staff, but in that little room beneath the restaurant that David wanted to get, I think, and Pidgey as well, just left the room when they arrived. So yeah, has to wait a bit on his cycle.
Yeah, that's just typical.
You could argue that the waiter who stays in there should be KO'd anyway, and then it's an easier disguise grab later down the line, and Pigiero was waiting here instead, but these are just marginal things, and we are talking about map number 4, which was random. They have been through so much. They are really doing well. If I said PG, I meant David, sorry.
Need another rip from Pigiero, however. Gets spotted by the bodyguard in the cinema. Working on that Tyson isolation. Meantime, David picked up the kitchen knife. Just needs the resort staff at this point, basically.
She goes off to one of the other islands on the last boat.
Oh, evidence not taken care of this time, and the resort staff once again leaves. Now he has no other option. Interesting. But it has to be the waiter who gets this distraction, right?
Maybe, I'm not sure. Maybe he's waiting with that distraction also until the resort staff comes back, because then he'll be the one to enforce it.
I would hope it's the waiter, because I would definitely not want to KO anyone here for disguise.
Very true, but I don't know. I don't see any other reason right now for David to wait here.
I think he's waiting for the resort staff to be almost back.
Yeah, I think you're right about that, exactly.
Luckily, it's not a long cycle. The hand washer guy takes quite a few minutes, which is much more annoying. Oh, he was waiting for the door to close, of course, just in case it's loud or a side KO.
Indeed, but yeah, as you mentioned, he was just waiting for the resort staff to get close again, to do the distraction, get the waiter outside, KO the resort staff inside and grab the disguise.
Now he cannot afford to switch up these two disguises. He wants to get rid of the waiter still. And still get to Ludmila with a kitchen knife, and then go back and detonate and exit as the bodyguard. Any other order of events would be devastating.
Indeed.
Handwasher was in there, looking at the mirror, but no concern for David. If the door is closed, then I don't think there should be much reason to rip anymore.
David looking. Looks like he's on the home stretch. Just needs this disguise. Needs to run to the exit and press a button. Hopefully get his final kill and exit with that. The exit's right around the corner. So let's see. There's the detonation, the kill. So green guns exit delay, and
That is Stephen Brett,
there it is.
notorious hacker, chief programmer at Haven, and rumored to be
5-star
five
SA.
stars.
It will be the tie-up for Davidredsox. He will tie this up 4-4, and we will be going to most likely our final random map, which is going to be Sapienza, in a couple of minutes, to decide who survives in this tournament and who will drop out. This is a lower bracket match. Yeah, I guess while we wait, let's remind ourselves about the wonderful coastal town of Sapienza and its briefing.
Morning 47. Your destination is the coastal town of Sapienza, also known as the Jewel of the Amalfi Coast. Your target is a former client of ours, Silvio Caruso, a brilliant but troubled bioengineer employed by the Ether Biotech Corporation. Renowned for his early stem cell research, Caruso is now reportedly working on a far more disturbing project, a DNA-specific virus able to infect anyone, anywhere in the world. Imagine a bullet, fired in any direction, passing through countless bodies without inflicting harm, invisible and undetectable until it strikes its target. A world of armchair assassins killing with impunity. This is what awaits us, unless Caruso is stopped. Our client, one of Ether's major private stockholders, wants the project cancelled on ethical grounds, but without destroying the company in the process. She has asked us to eliminate Silvio Caruso and destroy the yet unfinished virus prototype. You will also need to deal with Caruso's lab head, Francesca DeSantis, a high-level Ether employee and cutthroat corporate climber who holds intimate knowledge of Caruso's research and could potentially carry on in his place. This is no ordinary contract, 47. Caruso's virus is a serious threat to our craft and trade, not to mention our core ideals. So failure is not an option. I'll leave you to prepare.
And we are back for our fifth and most likely final map of the Davidredsox versus Pigiero RR7 PC lower bracket round 5 match. We are going to Sapienza, and I'm still joined for this by the wonderful In4Fun. Welcome.
We have made it to the decider, but not official decider, but most like the map that decides the match map, which is also called as Sapienza.
Indeed. About 2 minutes until the spin arrives.
Yeah. I mean, it most likely has to end here. Just wanted to make fun of the situation that in other cases, we might see a long map, we might see a tough spin, and the 5-5 tie would carry us through to the actual decider phase with 60-minute timers and respins and staying on 5-5 score if necessary. But we got Sapienza. We couldn't have the one target missions as random maps, but we got Dubai and now Sapienza, so plenty of quick ones out of the way with these.
Indeed. Yeah, I don't see a tie happening on this map, no matter the spin. I think both of these players are capable of finishing it in 47 minutes.
Well, I agree with you, but now I really have to check. Of course, we can see one tie, so from Pigiero's side, we are saying, oh, surely they won't tie, but PG has tied. But it was back in 2020, Group H group match, his first ever tournament, and his first ever match actually against Gordini Roy. He has come a very long way since then, with I think that was no less than 3 fifth place finishes exactly in tournaments. And David is 2-time speedrun winner, his official title, but it could be just as well RR finalist, since he made it there in RR2 against Froth in the PC bracket.
Indeed. Stats-wise, this is Kind
Agent,
of looking
get ready.
in Pigiero's
Duel starts in 10
way
seconds.
again. 4 wins, 2 losses, 1 tie.
7,
David on the other
6,
side, only 3 wins with
5,
4 losses.
4, 3,
But let's
2,
see how this
1.
final map will play out. It's going to be a
Eliminate
Silvio
the
Caruso
target.
elimination. Scissors as Roberto Vargas, the golf trainer. And Francesca De Santis, Silence SMG as a housekeeper.
Both disguises inside the mansion. Housekeeper being free in 2 different occasions and can be even more convenient somewhere in the middle. Not surprised to see already a mansion start by Pigiero. Could be interesting to see a gardener start to get rid of Vargas and still make friendly first cycle. But Pigiero might be also looking to that area. If Vargas didn't go to have the golf lesson, then he's right behind this observatory tower. But no, he's going for Francesca, and a very early Francesca. This can also work for him quickly. Big lead.
Indeed. He has set it another way though, because he shot the panel very early, so I think he wants to stay down here for now. That looks it. Or maybe also wants to look for Roberto, who is right there, as you mentioned.
David has shot the Sanguine Cafe's door. I think it might be a pair of scissors in there. Gets me intrigued that David misses the shot on the door below the kitchen and opts for a restart.
I know. I'm not the one who called.
Indeed.
I did say that, but hey.
Let's see. Other side, Pigiero.
Oh, how is that? It ends up being red, but after kind of interesting circumstances.
Oh, definitely.
Because he was definitely in the camera grid, but also in the foliage, kind of. So I would understand the game logic to decide that as body hidden, but the roaming guard he couldn't dodge. Really unfortunate.
Indeed, that gives a slight bit noticeable 30-second advantage to David Red Sox now.
Who still has to go through a door in the Sanguine shop, I think. Didn't want to, or he couldn't open the door this time. Let's mention security. But he gets the scissors and he's not... He's just passing in here. I think he will be just passing here with all but a couple disguises. Which is still in the camera grid.
Well, he shot the camera this time.
Oh, it's the sun. I'm sorry. The sun makes some of the grass a bit more visible, I guess.
Very possible. No, he shot the camera this time. Didn't KO the guard, but actually tranked Roberto instead. And has that first disguise. Still needs a pair of scissors. Not sure if the one David is picking up is the only one, but could very well be. Pigiero also has Silvio now KO'd on the floor and is running up for the Francesca timing.
Pigiero had great awareness to look at the chef and KOing him before opening that door. He was almost late for Silvio, but an almost trip is much better than a guaranteed one. And I think Pigiero won't have any other timing now but the 2.5-minute mark, so gets the key card for safety just in case he misses Frenny's, and gets the free disguise and waits for Francesca. 40 seconds until his first kill.
Indeed. Meantime, David has made his way to the mansion as well. Is also in a housekeeper, if I'm not entirely mistaken.
Yeah.
So obtained that nicely. Pigiero is moving the disguise across the room, so it is closer to where he's gonna switch later again.
These could be valuable seconds, but of course not more than a couple. And now he goes for it. David Red Sox first kill down. Pigiero couple seconds behind, but disguise is already up here. Sylvia already set up. I think Pigiero is much, much closer to this win.
Exactly. The only thing David had going for him was picking up the scissors from the from the shop basically.
Yeah.
Which are not the only ones. As for example, Yanini pointed out, there was one or is one in the room next to Francesca's office with lots of guards in it. And I think that's what Pigiero is going for now.
Yeah, he just needs a non-trespassing disguise. Lots of enforcers here, which is not trespassing kind of whoosh, but he gets around the last one as well.
Wow.
It's a huge move in map number 5 and might just give him the win because now he has everything for the second kill.
Indeed, Silvio KO'd down there, scissors in hand, disguise on the body, and all Pigiero has left to take care of now is gonna be the virus, for which I think he brought in an EMP.
Now destroy the virus.
Technically has the key card and the SMG, I think, to open this door.
Finds the right side to open the door, but also the key card as well. Roberto being so far away, maybe he turns around for David and then he can get the kill quickly enough, but even the 47-second window is now in danger. Pidge is just so close to winning this.
He tries to go for the drop, not working out for him, gets a bit of whoosh, but just gonna slide to the bottom. Triggers the EMP, gets the virus, and Pigiero is running to the exit, has exited what looks like green guns. 5-star as required. There it is, there we can see it. Pigiero will be the one to take this match. Most likely davidredsox just grabbing the disguise, but
Victory.
won't make it in time. And after a back and forth match, Pigiero will come out victorious in the end and take down davidredsox 6-4 and advance in the brackets, which we can have just a quick little look at, because I think we also have other matches currently ongoing.
At the moment, yeah, is that Oh Shitman versus Blight in the PC bracket round 4 match by Crudy, and Brainfixer versus Fusk in the PC lower bracket by Mendy.
Alright, let's see. The brackets do not seem to want to load for me right now. I will give them one more attempt.
Challenge doesn't want to load either, so it's...
Yeah, it's most likely a challenge issue right now. So I guess then I will just leave that up to Crudy and raid him now. You can also go check on the brackets yourself when they work again. But... yeah, Pigiero has advanced to losers round 6, is going to face the winner of Danny Buda versus the winner of Brainfixer versus Fusk. And has secured a top something spot.
Top 8,
Top
8,
eight.
I believe. We talked about it earlier in the day, and yeah. And I guess it will be 9th place for davidredsox. Another impressive showing from the veteran.
Indeed. Yeah, I guess thanks everyone for watching, and enjoy the match of Oh Shit Man versus Blythe.